Hello. We got a special guest, my tour guide of Southern and the SWAT, brother CWells. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. How you doing today?
Good, man. Good, man. I gotta get this. I gotta get the cat out the bag, man. Did you see? Did you see Bashar McCray transferring?
Oh yeah.
Did you believe this? I would never. This is a Christmas gift, man. This is a Christmas gift.
It's a surprise a little bit, man. But I got a friend of mine that got that works in compliance, and he hit me up and let me know what was going on. So I was aware of it early, man. But I a lot of him moving on. If that's what makes the program better, then that would make it better. I wish him the best. I think, he probably could have stayed if he changed position. I don't think, quarterback was the best spot for him right now, but, he wanted to move on. So, I wish him the best, but, now it's interesting to see what moves they make. If they're going to trust one of the younger guys that's already on the roster, or they're going to get a guy out the portal. So I'm intrigued, man. It definitely made these next few days more interesting for me to keep tabs on what's going on. I was a little bit surprised that he left.
And you know what I mean. I'm just you're more deep into that. The roots of Southern, but I've been hearing it was like a lot of division between teammates with him and what's up? The boy came out.
Bubba McDaniel.
Bubba, and people was feeling Bubba should have been starting, and now Bashar McCray. So I was expecting it, but I was like, nah, Dooley's gonna talk him out of it, man. But I was hearing it was giving problems in the locker room. What you was hearing about that?
I wouldn't necessarily say I heard a lot of division, but I've heard a lot of problems with Bubba and the coaching staff. I think him and Dooley kind of butted heads a couple of times. Him and the quarterback coach. They told him a couple of things, and those things didn't come true with in terms of playing time, but. I know that, a lot of people feel like, Bubba was a guy that put in the work. He started 8 games last year. I don't necessarily think he got the fairest of shots in the quarterback competition this year. I think Dooley felt like because he brought McCray in, he was going to roll the dice on that guy. But, when it didn't look like it was working, he didn't make a change, and that angered the fan base. So a lot of what happened, a lot of the pushback and the negativity came from the fans because they felt like you're not giving yourself an actual chance to win because you're trying to stick with a guy, and it just was not working. So I think for the both sides, I think this may be for the best. Maybe he can go somewhere and find somebody that can use his skill set in the way that it needs to be used. I do know Coach Dooley was trying to entice him to stay, and getting him some extra work at the position, to give him, camps and stuff. But I think a lot of what went on, in the stands. I mean, his family's from Baton Rouge. He's from Florida, but his family's from Baton Rouge, and they were at all the games. And when your family hear people talking, they probably want to get you out of that situation. So, I think maybe for the better, he'd be better off somewhere else.
Yeah, man, let's just jump right into this, man. I never cursed so much in my life about the Celebration Bowl, man. What happened to Jackson State defense? It is they disappeared like a baby mom that just got paid. Like, you know what I mean? What happened, CWells? What was you seeing? What happened to that defense, man?
First and foremost, man, Central was physical. They came out with a game plan of just going straight at Jackson State. And I think, with JSU, they haven't been challenged like that by anybody really in the conference. So they were put on their heels early. Central hit a big run play to start the game. They ran the quarterback a lot. They hit JSU with some trick plays to keep them off balance. And they used a lot of what JSU does well, like their speed and their aggression. They used that against them, and they just
them screens was killing them too.
Yes, screen. One thing about a team like JSU when they fast on defense, you need to get them out of rhythm. You misdirections and screens and things, and use that aggression against them. And that's what Central did, man. They had a simple game plan. They didn't try to get crazy. They stayed with what they do best, and they were able to have success. And JSU just never could get any stops. Even when they finally got a stop or two, they weren't able to score, and Central was still able to move the ball. So they just dictated the tempo and the pace on that side of the ball in a way that nobody has done against Jackson State all season.
And that man was so calm. Davis was so calm. He wasn't scared of nothing, man. He was not scared of nothing.
And I think you. Go ahead. I was just gonna say, I feel like they were operating under. They felt like they were disrespected all build up to the game. Nobody. I'm not people that know gave them a chance, but a lot of the people who just are fans didn't give him any kind of chance. Mm-hmm. And like you said, he was calm and cool, man. He directed that offense. He if a bad play happened, he didn't let it get to him. He came back the next play. And JSU thrives on getting you frustrated. If you can't move the ball, you go 3 and out a couple of times, you start to press. And when you start to press like that, their defense it swarms you. And they stayed calm, and they just kept JSU on their toes on defense. And that's really what gave Central the breaks that they needed.
Like I never seen somebody so calm and that the Philly special. I said, oh my, they going all the way out, man. They're doing the Philly special. Look who we got here,
Mr. Jamie G,
Mr. Not Prom no more. This strictly Sanders.
Yeah,
how you doing, Jamie G? How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm okay, man. Kind of under the weather right now, man.
Oh, too much ATL.
Yeah,
not the COVID or the monkeypox. I hope.
No, hopefully. I think it was just a change of that weather, man. Mm-hmm. Went to the doctor and got some antibiotics and stuff, but you know what I'm saying. But it was a good, good game, man. Just like CWells was saying earlier, them boys were just more physical than Jackson State, and I think J State lacked a lot of the depth at the on the defense.
That line,
that line turned out, man, and they just, them dudes from Carolina, man, they just wanted it more. I think they just wanted a little bit more because they got disrespected the whole week, man, leading up to everything, and I think Pride just fucked up the whole chemistry of the whole team, man, to be honest with you. Him doing that dumbass going for 2. Shit, if he kicked the extra point, we win the fucking game, bro.
Yeah, I mean that I know that's something that he do, but a game like that, man, you take the points and you trust your offense and give your defense a chance to make a couple plays. Your offense is scoring. You moving the ball pretty much however you want, especially through the air. So they never stop JSU on offense, but giving them the opportunity to keep the game close with that 2-point conversion, it doesn't, it just doesn't need to be done now.
Right.
And I think the biggest thing though, man, that it felt like I know I heard Big Country hit the transfer portal. Yeah. A couple people hit the transfer portal, but it felt like that depth in that with the D line was a problem. They needed them fresh bodies to attack that offensive line. Them boys was healthy the whole quarter. It was even sweated. So and what happened, man? I think that was enough right there. And they was testing shallow. Once I seen them testing shallow, I said it's over with.
Yeah, that pass interference call, man, that was the biggest momentum swing of the game. If Shallow don't grab that dude, he didn't catch that ball. They turn it over, man.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, bro. I don't. It's like, man, I can't even blame them kids, bro, because they played their ass off. But man, we had some dumbass coaching in the game. I'm just be honest, bro.
I think the offensive play calling wasn't too bad, except for that 2 points. And but I'm sorry. I know the brother's going through a lot of struggle. I know the brother's going through some, you know what I mean, some dark times. But that shit was wild. Hey, CWells. I'm Jason Winslow. But I knew I could caught that motherfucking ball right in the end zone like that. He was wide open, God.
Go ahead, Jamie G.
With that play call, you don't run no shit like that in no crucial period like that.
Well, you think you put Stevenson in?
Open.
You run that with Stevens, man.
Yeah,
the guy with the hands
was open, but I think I would have did the opposite. I think I would have had Hagler out there as a dummy. You had to give it to a playmaker like Stevens, man.
Yeah, that's what he do.
Big for him.
That's what he do.
Definitely with a cat just come off the bench. He ain't got no playing time like that. That's like the second time JSU done ran that play. They ran it against FAMU. That was the same exact play they ran.
But he fought against FAMU though.
No pressure though. There was no pressure in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm telling you that, man, Travis Hunter's catch, man. That boy is a Sunday ready person. He just need to get that body up. He get that frame up. That boy is ready for the league. He get that body to at least 180, 190. Lean muscle. That catch was fire. I ain't gonna lie. That was a catch of the year right there.
Yeah, you had to say it live, bro. It was something special to see. I'll never forget that moment as a sports fan because he cut. Man, I thought I was going out of bounds.
Yeah, I did too. I thought the DB had pretty decent coverage, but you know that Travis Hunter's an athlete, man. Like that play he made, I watched that kid make that play his whole senior year of high school. You know, the kid missed 3 or 4 games in high school with an ankle injury, came back, first game back, 200-yard receiving, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. You know, the dude's a monster, man, and he's a big game guy. You know, 7-on-7, man. He locking down his side and scoring 3 touchdowns. He lives for those moments. So, you know, you knew sooner or later if they get the ball to him, he was gonna find a way to make a play one way or the other. So a guy like that,
how he hit that boy with the second touchdown with that double move.
Yeah,
that was vicious. I mean, that's like your cousin. That's like your girl sleeping with your cousin. You know what I mean? That was that vicious. That double move was spinning like Kyrie. You know what I mean? 101. That it was sick. Even Kevin Coleman, you know what I mean? He was eating. Like it was just the game. I think that was the game of the year, man. FCS.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think North Dakota and South Dakota ain't gonna do nothing. But that was the game of the year, man. Even though it, you know, it didn't come out how people wanted to come, but it was definitely a great game, man.
Jazz, you just made so many mental mistakes in the game because you was talking about Coleman. I was thinking about that one play on the kickoff. The dude stepped in front of Coleman and almost fumbled it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what the fuck you doing, bro? Like get out that man way. I think Kevin Coleman would have scored on that play, man. Honestly, bro.
Man, I'm gonna tell you one other. I can't think of the guy's name. I think his number is 42. Is that Brown?
Yeah, Jeremiah Brown.
Yeah. They should have took that guy out the game early in the second half, man. He was not football focused, man. You know, he had the hit on Richard on the dead ball play. Then after the touchdown, he gets up and headbutt the dude. You know, and you know that puts you in a situation where they can squib kick the ball on their side of the field, man. So I think a lot of mistakes JSU made that they don't normally make. And a lot of them go to coaching, man. A lot of they go to coaching.
You are absolutely correct because to be honest, man, I don't know how the fuck's Dennis Thurman been in the league and can't stop a damn read option. He ain't been able to do this shit all season.
Was he there?
Yo, the Coach DT was there, but I don't know, like he can't stop the read option. I give them boys for Central their credit, man. They got a hell of a running game, man. That quarterback, he did his thing, but I mean, shit.
Even Walker Flocka, the defensive coordinator, was calling some good games.
Okay, it seemed like when I watched the game, they would take advantage of JSU being over aggressive on a certain side of the line. Wherever they blitz from, he went dead up that gap. It was it, and I'm like, man, you mean to tell me y'all can't just read that shit? The shit ain't that hard, bro.
If you go back and watch the championship game, Bubba did the same thing, but Bubba not Davis Richard. He not that type of dude, but he was able to run for 165 yards just by going back the way that he was going originally, cutting back and running and just cutting back against the grain and running past those guys. They're overrunning because their defense swarms. Everybody wants to be the one to make the big play in the backfield. Everybody is a race to the quarterback, and if you don't get them, they make you pay. And I think they just was able to capitalize on a lot of uncharacteristic plays by Jackson State. Like when Aubrey Miller missed that tackle in the red zone, I think when they touchdown they scored, that dude don't miss tackles, man, and he missed that tackle clean.
But but why that boy Mookie got to treat him like Derrick Henry? Like that's still good.
Cameron Craig know damn well not to run.
But he was
on that boy like that, man.
I don't. If he don't stiff on him, I don't even know how he tackles him because he running at him like he trying to hug him.
Yeah,
he was upright running straight at this guy, man. You're not gonna tackle that guy full head of steam, going straight at him up top, man. You go, and he know better than that because that dude is a tackler, man.
Yeah. You gotta hit him down low.
You got to, man. You gotta take his legs out.
I'm talking. That's up there with Bo. That's up there with Bo Jackson, Derrick Henry levels of disrespect. But he mushed him down the ground like you my son. You know what I mean? That's you don't even get more disrespectful than that, man. But man, let's talk about you, man. The overall, the gloominess of the interviews and how the reporters was acting.
Man, I got to talk about that attendance too. I think it was more people there than what they had said, because when you're scanning tickets, I don't think they scan people's tickets correctly. Because I had 3 tickets, so I went to the booth and I scanned them. So I know I ain't scanned but 2, and then the lady like, okay, cool, you can still come through. So I don't think it was an accurate count.
So what number did they say it was?
I think they said 46.
Oh no!
Yeah,
no.
But I think it was more than that, bro.
No.
Because you got to make sure you scan them tickets correctly.
Oh yeah, to get that accurate count, man.
I believe I still got a ticket. That's in. I'm gonna check when I get out. I think I still got a ticket for real. I probably could have sold it.
I was surprised about finding Roger Goodell had a black nephew. Like that spooked me out. I was like,
bruh, I was like,
adopt a kid after Colin Kaepernick. That's what I was saying in my mind. Like, the fans adopted.
That was the one thing, because I was like, man, that kid is straight black. He not mixed. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's the what? And I was surprised that they never said that before that game, man. That's something that would have, to me, seemed like it would have been brought up any other time. But I was like, first of all, like, what is he doing now? Standing on the sideline as commissioner in Atlanta, but still, what? And then his nephew.
The SWAT commissioner should have been put together and try to work the deal where it can show the SWAT, NFL on the weekend. That would have been big time if they could have worked out a deal like that. You know what I mean? Like,
you should have took it for NFL Network
for one of them games. Like, it's ESPN and you know what I mean, NFL Network like this. So they work something out. But overall, guys, how y'all feeling about this transfer portal, man? Like, I know Jamie G said. Prime told them boys they ain't gonna respect me. They come and go hit the portal.
Mm-hmm.
So how y'all taking that, man?
I'm not surprised, man. I figured, I didn't know the number, and that's still guys, making decisions. But I figured that there would be some guys that would leave because, everybody didn't come there because they love Jackson State. Everybody didn't come there because they wanted to play there. they came there because Coach Sanders coached up. So when he left, those guys, they left. But I feel in a way, man, they did TC dirty, man. You can't make a kid stay, but now he got to really get out and grind, man. Because you losing your kicker, your long snapper. Everybody knew Travis Hunter was gone. You already knew Coleman would probably be gone. Some of the guys who are NFL guys were going to be gone, and maybe a couple of grad transfer guys. But shout out to DJ Stevens and JD Martin, man, for at least sticking it out. So
yes, sir.
Hayden Hagler leaving. It ain't safe in them streets. You better go.
I feel bad for that kid, man.
Yesterday, man. To be honest, the way the support is on social media, I don't even think he gonna leave. Yeah, we all fuck up sometime, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
at big moments. But I said shit is football.
Yeah, that shit happens, man.
It shit happens.
And the thing that a lot of people are not looking at is, even if he catch that ball and they kick the extra point, JSU still could have lost in the second overtime. So that this wasn't like hey Jamie G, I know this is probably gonna hurt, but it's not like that 2013 championship where it was fourth down and that was nothing else after that, because they had a fourth down after that. So Shador could have threw a touchdown or ran it in, and all that would have they still had a play after that. So it wasn't the end of the game per se.
Exactly.
So. But I think a lot of people showed him a lot of love, man. And real fans, they understand, man. Everybody, man, you watch enough football, you're going to see mad people make mistakes. It happens. Everybody drop a ball, man, at least once or twice. So, the kid like you said before, he hadn't played much in that game, pressure situation, it happens. So I think, I salute the JSU people and a lot of the other HBCU people for rallying around him, because, that's tough, man.
Yeah, because I thought what was going to happen, it was 4th and 1. You just needed 1 fucking yard. And these son bitches to throw this motherfucker. And I didn't understand, like, why you got a good back in Sylvia Wilkinson, man.
It was clogging it up, though, man. It was clogging up them holes quick, man.
I still take my chances with him, man.
In the Super Bowl, man. All you need is 1 yard.
Hey, if they stop you, they stop you, man.
They just stop you. But
it's man on man. If they the better man, they're the better man. Or you just roll Shador out, man. Let him run it in.
That's it. You can fake it, and then they'll roll that man out, bro.
It was a tough throw, man. That's what surprised me. It wasn't nothing in the, it was just that was a tough throw to make at the end of the game like that. And that's a throw that he probably made that throw the majority of the time, but they hadn't had a lot of pressure situations. And that's one of those things that kind of hurt you when you beat everybody down. You don't have those tough games,
I think, I'm sorry to say this, man. I know y'all traditional SWAT, connoisseurs. I think this championship game is holding these guys back, man. You look at how many times y'all lost in this Celebration Bowl. I think that,
six times out of 7 matchups.
Man,
I think the championship game, man, is holding athletes back, man.
Coaching in the SWAT. If you go back and look at some of these games, the play calling is just plumb idiotic, man. Okay, we've been watching football for years. Majority of our lifetime, football ain't changed from the 70s to now. You mean to tell me I see Grambling back about 2 years ago run a damn wishbone power? Man,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because they on
the play. Old concepts from the old pack. It is still working in today. So why you? That's why I'm like, man, it kind of frustrated to see coaches, and I know they got plays like that. Just keep it simple, stupid. That's like what they
exactly, man. You run like
you try to be flashy or something, man.
I think Prime said something like they ran 3 plays. Yes, those 3 plays work. If I run 3 plays and you don't stop none of them, why should I do anything else?
Man, that fake
don't stop yourself.
That fake punt was nasty though.
Yes,
Yo,
I mean, because
I seen it.
They were loose, man.
Stadium seen that shit coming. And I'm like, bro, it's 4th and 2, 7.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, for some odd reason, if I'm Trey Oliver, I'm faking this bitch. I mean, it's the end of the year. What I got to fucking lose?
And exactly.
And they can't stop this shit, man. I'm like, bro.
So, man, how do you feel about, man, what he's leaving TC with coaching wise, man? I know he left Marcusson. I even seen what's that special team / wide receiver coach Shad leaving.
Oh, he ain't nothing but a grad assistant. He don't really count.
Oh, okay. So
he was from the Hendricks area.
Damn.
They still wasn't getting like they were supposed to.
God damn.
I'm sorry.
Who left?
I know Coach Flea
from J State games.
Flea left.
This is so frustrating, man.
Tim Brewster left. Who else left? Berloni left. I think the only person there is Weeks, Marcusson, and what's the other boy? Pollock. I think Rashard's there too. I don't know if Rashard's leaving.
Rashard, yeah.
I don't know if Rashard's leaving Jackson State, but I mean, just overall, it felt like the Carter. You remember watching New Jack City when they busted Carter down and it just blew up? Like,
they shut down shop, man.
Oh my God, it's going to be a miracle to see him get at least 7 wins, 8 wins with the talent he got left, with coaching, unless he can get some boys he knows. You know what I mean? For a lot of years, man, it's going to be tough to do a total rebuild, man.
Yeah, I think an unexpected rebuild at that, man. Because you wasn't. I mean, yeah, you expected some guys to leave, but you don't know the actual number until it happens. You got to try to get your staff together. Keep the rest of these guys around. And then recruit. He off to a good start recruiting, but now you need. Now you're playing on the playing field is a little bit more level. Because you don't have so many of those guys that's just hands down better than the other team.
But they picked that running back up from Oregon. He's the truth.
Yeah, he got he's picked up some guys, man. And I think he's gonna be able to continue to bring in guys because honestly, man, even at JSU lowest point, man, they still had talent. They didn't have that 4-5 star talent, but JSU always had talent. Even when the teams weren't good, they had guys that still could play. They just didn't have enough of them, and they didn't have the coaching. So JSU gonna attract talent. That's always gonna be the thing. But how what level of talent they bring in and how they play together, and having a first-year head coach, a first-time head coach is something that's always gonna be a crapshoot. So I'm eagerly awaiting to see how all of this turn out.
Like, I didn't even see a couple of them linemen was leaving. Patrick Willis, and a couple other boys leaving. I said, dang.
Yeah, to me, that's losing those guys on the line is what hurts the most because in the SWAC, you can get, especially transfers, you can get high quality skill guys. You might not get a lot of them, but you can get those guys. Them linemen, man, that's tough to come by, and having to replace 3-4 of them at one time, that's a killer, man. That can really, that can set you back on both sides of the ball because they lost a lot of defensive line guys too. So that's tough, man.
I expect that kicker lead, but I didn't expect Herman Smith, Huggins. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting them to lead, man. It's good that Savion said he want to stay, man.
Yeah, I mean you got to have some. You need to have somebody stay that has some level of star power. You need to have somebody stay that understands what it takes, and he put in the work, man. He been a great back at 2 different schools. He understands what it takes. So you need somebody like that in a leadership role and just on the field in general. Excuse me. So I salute him, man. I don't fault nobody for leaving, but I definitely salute everybody who stays because the work is now. You know, this season going to be work. It's not going to be easy. You still can win games. 7 or 8 wins can still get you in the SWAC championship. So, you know, you might not go 12-0 or 10-2, or you might, if you catch enough breaks, you might, you know, because I don't know what their schedule is, you might win 10 games. But 7 or 8 wins gonna get you in the championship game. And once you get there, you know, it's a one-game situation, so you just never know what happened.
I feel like I think this. If you know what I mean, I only been watching for like 2 years, but if you watch how TC Taylor was coaching the offense the year before he gave it to who he gave it to Bolick or whatever the guy's name, his offense, it was a lot of RPO type stuff, and I think that's going to work with that quarterback that coming in. And you put 2 great running backs in that backfield, Lightning and Thunder. It could be interesting if they can get that defense back and get. I think they should just give Jeff Weeks the defensive coordinator job. I think he, you know what I mean, paid his dues. He knows about defense. You know what I mean? He got the experience. I think it would make sense to me. But if you want to get to one of your SWAC buddies, I understand too. You know what I mean? But they're gonna have to keep that tradition of blitzing, man. Because I don't think they're gonna get the right corners in there. You're gonna have to blitz to help.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get those kind of. I'm not gonna say you can't, but you may be able to, you know, lock down a guy like that, but maybe not as many as, you know, they brought in before, because they had tons of guys that had talent in the secondary. Yeah, you might not have those kind of numbers no more, but you can still get a guy like that on the anchor one side. But like you said, the pressure is gonna have to always be there. Man, you win games in the SWAC with pressure on the quarterback and being able to run the football. Now, if you can throw it, that takes you to a whole nother level. Passing the ball is the difference between being Southern and being Jackson State.
Mm.
Running the ball and playing good defense gets you 7 wins, maybe 8. Being able to pass the ball on top of all of that and keep your defense fresh is what makes you 12-0. So you can win in the SWAC with running the ball. Southern won 3 division championships just running the football with very little passing. So you can do that. But if you want to take that next step, you have to have an offense that can, you know, that can be able to do both. You don't have to be great at both, but you got to be able to do both.
Man, so, man, how do you see – you think the hype next year, like after this signing day, we see what players going to wear, and you think that SWAC media day is going to be the same without Prime being there? You think the light's going to be the same? You think they're going to go to the Red Roof instead of that nice hotel? What you think they're going to get the motherfucker from that Baptist church to make the fish, you know what I mean, instead of that cater stuff? How do you see the effects of Prime going to hit the SWAC next year? Like, I worry about the what is HBC game day going to do, because they don't got their money cow. You know, that's 100% JSU like the whole year. You know what I mean? They might have talked about Albany State a little bit here and there, but I want to see with the content who's going to be really there. Who's going to switch that Colorado? You know, that's what I really want to know. You know, I know Jamie G ain't going. I know my man Soldier Slim. I know Soldier Slim.
I wanted to talk to CWells and see what we could collaborate and actually go to SWAC media today, because me and CWells still gonna cover.
We ain't going nowhere. So. Man, we need to try to make that happen, man.
Yeah, I mean, because they still gonna need coverage. It's not might not be as glamorous as it, you know, but it's still gonna be. It's still somebody. We still got to have coverage for our HBCUs, so that mission ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, I think you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose some people, you know, like you said, some of those extra people you're gonna lose, and you may not have 100 media people there, but you're still gonna have a good amount. Now it's not gonna be crazy, like you said. We might not need the Westin or the Marriott, but you know, I don't think we're gonna be a Motel 6 either. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
We might be a Hilton Garden Inn or something, but we'll be able to, you know, still attract something. But that extra limelight ain't gonna be there, man. You know, because a lot of people leaving with the coach. You know, so you know, a lot of that extra stuff just not gonna be there, but it's still gonna be some good stuff there. So I encourage everybody to stick around, man, because there's still some stuff that's gonna be there.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And this, you know what I mean? It's just in general, man. This brought a lot of people together. This SWAC and MEAC, man. My brother went to Morgan State, so I'm gonna try to ration out some things so we can go see some Morgan games together, maybe. You know what I mean? It definitely does bring family together, man. Me and my brother talk shit every day. You talk, Sherrod, hey Rod, I knew Jackson State was gonna lose. The MEAC is different. You know what I mean? That's how you like to talk shit to me. You know what I mean? So it definitely brings, you know what I mean, families together talking this HBCU football, man, and just talk a little shit. So yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be a real difference next year, man. But I still love watching it, man.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. But do you think if Jackson State was at full strength that it would have been a difference Saturday?
I think some of them plays they don't make because I think JSU defense would have been able to rotate those guys like they normally do.
I think the biggest thing
is a lot of energy.
CWells, you know what I think the biggest thing was, man? People don't talk about this guy and say he's not a dog, but now's Gaddy not playing. That changed the game.
I mean, that's a guy that's on third downs, gonna make, you know, at least if he don't get the sack, now's Gaddy always gonna be in the backfield. And you know, with a guy like Richard, man, you need to make him uncomfortable. You know, if you let him dictate what he want to do, then he gonna pick you apart with his legs or arms. So if you can get that pressure on him, which is what I thought JSU would be able to do, was get that pressure on him and you know, flush him out. If you make a guy run that like to run, he's not gonna hurt you as much because he don't know where he want to go. You know, if you got a guy coming from a couple different angles and you rush smart, you know, you keep him bottled up. But, you know, they didn't have that guy that can get back there, you know, because you were too busy worrying about, you know, the running back and the screens and things. So they just took the.
Oh, man, he got that. His internet froze.
And when you play a lot of guys, you know, you're not expecting nobody to play a heavy snap count. So when they have to, of course, in a game like that, it's tough.
Man, but like some players that left, man, like Big Country, no disrespect to the young fella, man. Like he only had like a power rush. He didn't have no moves. So that's not really a big loss. I'll take somebody undersized with some moves.
Yeah, and let me say, man, I followed Josh Griffin since he was in high school, man, because you know I like Florida State, Jamie G, and you know he went to Florida State. And he did nothing at Florida State, man. The kid could not get a pass rush when they played FCS games. And when you're a Power 5 guy, you should get pass rush against anybody you play. Now, you might not get home all the time, but you should be able to use something that he had. You know, I don't like to talk about a guy like that, but like you say, he had no moves, man. He was a guy that, you know, that wanted to bull rush you, but didn't necessarily have the strength for it. It didn't have the speed to get around the corners and, you know, he just was a guy that needed more work, you know. A guy like that, I think, should have stayed, man. Huh?
I don't think he got that dog in him like that, bro.
No, he don't, man.
I think he just country strong.
I don't think country strong.
I think he just he got little legs for one.
Yes, he built.
He's built eyed.
You know what I mean? I played 5A Tennessee. Mm-hmm. I didn't start one lick. I'm gonna be honest with you, CWells. I didn't start one lick. Mm-hmm. Everybody was 6'4" and up, like big boys. You know what I mean? And he just don't got the moves. Mm-hmm. Them linemen, they agile now. You know what I mean? They ain't no slow guys, and you can't get their hands off you done.
That's the thing, man. If you only have one move and that's to try to bull rush somebody and you don't have that power to do it, you're gonna get stoned every time, man. And you're not, you know, your edge is done because they know that they can run your way. You know, they know that they ain't got to worry about you on a pass play because you're not gonna get past the tackle. Mm-hmm. You have no, you know, you don't have the speed. You don't have any kind of move at all that you can go to consistently. And that makes you a liability, man. So your playing time is not gonna be high, especially on a defense like that has multiple guys that can do what you can do better. So, I think a guy like that, I mean, he probably could do well somewhere, but that Jackson defense just wasn't it for him.
I don't even think he's gonna get a P5 offer, man.
He not. He gonna be like a D2.
I'm just not trying to be disrespectful about the fella, but man, I don't see no P5, no P5 retread.
Man, he blew his Power 5 chance, man. And again, and I don't, this is more of a HBCU show, but that defense he went to at Florida State, man, they had no pass rushers at all, man. That year, his freshman year, their defensive ends had 0 sacks. So when you have a defensive line your starting defensive ends have no sacks at all, and you can't come in against the third and fourth string, because the game was blowouts that year, 2018, 2019, the team was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
You can't generate no pressure against the backup offensive lineman from whatever school, then, you're just not going to be able to get it done, man. And that just, I think he just was one of those guys that a lot of people looked at, and like you said, they saw one thing, but they didn't realize really what they was getting.
Man, it's definitely, man, like Herman Smith, I wasn't expecting that, man. Like I told CWells, Jamie G, I wasn't expecting that. But I expected Cameron, Craig Simon, to, get out of there. I expected that. He's been a Dion boy since the beginning. I want to know if Quay going to stay.
I got this one question. How you on the scout team and you going to transfer? You ain't got no damn film.
Who on the scout team and transferred?
It's I ain't gonna say that man name.
But
this dude on the scout
team.
Come on, and this man in the border, I'm like, the hell?
Hey, you again, like you. I'm not gonna say nobody name number one, because the guys that I would name y'all don't know, because y'all don't follow something like that. But there's guys that's like fourth string.
I'm gonna say
scout team guys.
I'm gonna say a name right now. CWells. But Sean McCray.
Oh, no, I don't mean. I mean a guy that y'all don't know, but that's like Jamie G say, like a scout team guy with no film. You a 3-year sophomore with no film. You're going in the portal. Where are you gonna go, man? I mean,
but if I was JSU, I recruit Rashawn McCray as an athlete.
Exactly, bro.
Man, that dude would be a valuable weapon to somebody's team, man.
Man, if you don't,
the dude with open field, man, you can't deny that man got some skills, man.
Yeah, as long as he don't have to, be in charge of running the offense, which I still feel like, and a lot of people are gonna look at me like I'm crazy, but I still think the dude was salvageable. I mean, hey, Rod, again, man. I hate to keep going back to Florida State, man, but if you look at Jordan Travis when he got to Florida State, they wouldn't even let that kid throw the football.
Right.
They wouldn't even trust him to throw anything. People didn't even know if he could throw. And a few years later with some development, I think Dooley could have got some out of him, but he tainted goods at Southern now. So, being shut out twice in that first quarter against JSU, it's gonna be tough for him to start at Southern again, man, because a lot of people.
I think the boy should have did what Terrell Pryor did, man.
Yeah, just change positions, man.
What's the receiver, man?
Yeah. I think that'd been a great position for him.
You put the ball in his hands in the open field. He can run, man. The kid can run. He got good speed. He got good vision. He know where he want to go when he get the ball in his hands. If he decisive, he know where he going. But he don't, making that a quarterback, especially at his size. If he was a little bit taller, you still could probably work with it, man. Because if you look at Jamie G, you look at Ladarius Skelton.
Yep.
That dude wasn't a great passer, but he was a bigger guy, and he gave himself time to make them throws. McCray can't throw. He can't throw out the pocket because he's 5'11", 5'10", and he can't see over the line of scrimmage. So if you get the passes knocked down, it throws off, and Dooley runs a timing offense. So if you run an offense that's predicated on tempo and moving the football, you can't have a bunch of incompletions because your offense is not gonna get going.
Do you see Maynard leaving Alabama A&M and trying to get that A&T job? Nah.
The way some people talk, I don't think they want him now.
God.
So, and then a lot of cats are transferred from A&T. What the hell for?
Yeah,
Man, that's a bad situation to try to go into. They had a lot of boys hit the portal too.
Yeah. Oh, immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first day, the best running back and the top linebacker hit the portal, man, right after he got fired. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's people, you know, I read some people talking about how, you know, there's battles with the administration and a lot of, you know, it's a lot of dirt behind the scenes that, you know, I wouldn't take it, man. I know he an A&T guy. He played there, but I would stay with, you know, I don't think there's a lot of heat on him at A&M. So I would stay. I wouldn't put myself in that kind of position unless you just want to go back home, so to speak. But I wouldn't rush for that job unless they made me an offer that, you know, was tough to turn down.
And remember we was talking about this a couple weeks ago, man. I'm glad Willie Simmons didn't leave, man, and go to Colorado because I was hearing there was reports Deion was trying to get him.
Yeah, I think if Willie Simmons leave, man, he should leave for a head job somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a lot of talks about that, but I also think that he probably wouldn't have really did that because I think that he's a guy that wants to be on that level himself. So, you know, there's plenty of jobs that he probably should go for, but I think it's good that he stayed there because he's still building something up. And
they got a couple pieces came in from Miami, University of Miami and stuff. So he's
know how to hit that portal, man. He's a guy that know how to hit that portal. You know, he know how to sell that program in the portal, and they not as good as they was last season, but they not bad either. You know, I don't think the team was as good as they were last year, especially defensively. They got some guys now, but they weren't. Their defense was dominant last year. They were the second best defense of JSU last year. This year, I think their defense slipped a little bit. The offense, was kind of hit or miss, but they still had guys. And he gonna bring in guys. That's one thing Willie Simmons gonna do. He gonna bring in guys. The guy recruited at Prairie View back in the day, so he gonna recruit.
How much pressure is it on him to get out the SWAC next year?
To win it?
Yeah, to get out the SWAC. Go to the Celebration Bowl. How much pressure do you think he got on him?
I think it's gonna be a lot of pressure, especially we don't know what JSU gonna be right now. They measure themselves by JSU. Everything. If you on social media, JSU can't talk without you following behind them. So they know that for them to do anything, they need to get past JSU, and it's very important. I think not making the playoffs this year, finishing second in division twice in a row. They expect to come to SWAC and dominate. So I think, I almost gonna say a championship or bust this year for them. I don't know what kind of team they're gonna have.
That's how I feel.
I think it's championship or bust.
Like you don't got no excuse out the East, man.
Yeah,
not to get out. You got your quarterback returning. JSU got to set up a new scheme, and both got to get a brand new staff, brand new players. You already got Musa. I know you don't got Xavier Smith no more, but you still got a longer, 10-year players on your team. Not to get out the East would be crazy.
Yeah,
I don't think Alabama State got a chance, man.
The division's out the door this season though. They going by the best two teams in the conference.
Oh, so yeah, that's a big game changer right there.
Don't matter now. He got to worry about JSU no more. He got to worry about everybody. You got to run through the SWAC now.
And one important thing for 2 years. So I guess the game's still on, but for 2 years, Southern and Jackson is not a conference game. So that's something to look at for either one of them teams. If they drop that game, they still in good shape in the conference. So that's a potential. If both those teams can find their way, you can look at another matchup.
You don't got to worry about no 35 piece this year, man. You don't got to worry about those Zaxby special.
Hey, we got shut out by Texas Southern, so I'm not looking past nobody, man. I'm not looking past nobody.
Philip Short, he the dude, bro. He the real deal. I'm riding with Phil.
He the truth, man. Man, you think they'll go out there his brother? Because he went in the portal.
Mm-hmm. He should do it, but I'm telling you, man. Phil gonna ride us to the championship, man. We gonna go.
I don't know why nobody try to, the swag don't try to throw out Willie Taggart's son. He's in the portal. I don't know why nobody try to throw an offer to him. See what happened.
Hey, let me call Dooley, man.
Well, Willie Taggart in the portal right now.
Any quarterback, man. Quarterback play, honestly, man, for the bulk of the conference was not good this season.
Right.
No. A lot of people, before the season, a lot of teams had questions at quarterback. Not many of them who had questions at quarterback got answers. Probably the only team who had a new quarterback that did well was FAMU. Mm-hmm. Because Moose was a Power 5 guy. He didn't get a lot of time at Vandy, but he's a Power 5 guy. And Rashawn McKay was not bad, but he wasn't great. A lot of people didn't like him. I thought he was all right, but a lot of people didn't like him. But quarterback play was bad this year, man. Outside of like Shador, because even Andrew Body didn't have as good a year as a lot of people expected. So it really was.
They try to make him like the next Vic, man. I don't. People try to be making him like he's the next Michael Vick, but man, Jamie G.
I think it's more so of his offensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, they did him no favors, man.
Gave him a great offensive coordinator. Actually knew what he was doing. I think his stats would have been a whole lot better. Give him some receivers in the O-line.
Yeah. And they had some guys on their offensive line that was solid, man. But like you said, the coaching was horrendous. Mm-hmm. I think somebody told me one game they for no reason they started their 4th-string running back for no reason, and they lost that game. They started him and gave him like 3 carries for no reason. That's the kind of stuff that don't make any sense. So what
y'all been hearing about? The open positions at head coach spots at the, you had them schools like Mississippi Valley, Bethune Cookman, UAB, PB. You heard anything, any news? What's going on with that?
Hey, I need to apply because I think I can really reflect right now. And that's just being brutally honest. I think I could win. I think I can win the SWAC championship. Me as a coach, Ride as a coach at CWells.
All you need,
actually, we can win that bitch. I ain't lying.
All you need to win the SWAC, man, is some fast guys on defense. Mm-hmm. A nice offense. A quarterback and a solid running back, and maybe one receiver and a good kicker, and you good, man. If you can find some big boys on the line of scrimmage, then you're gonna run through everybody. So. Hey, let's do it, man. But the only job I heard anything about right now is Pine Bluff. They said that they were maybe gonna announce a coach within the next week and a half or so. So I'm still keeping my eyes out on that. They got a couple guys who one guy's a Arkansas high school coach and legend. He's in for, of course, Chennis Berry, who most people think should get the job. Is one of the guys, and then the offensive coordinator from FAMU is the other candidate. So they down to 3 as far as I know, but they haven't said anything yet. And other than that, nobody else I've heard anything about.
I think Mississippi Valley gonna go up with that Spanish defensive coordinator. I don't think they gonna spend no money, man.
Man, they do that, man.
Celebration Bowl.
Huh?
Chennis Berry was at the game, actually.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, in the suite. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing now.
I wonder why.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what that's about. Mm-hmm. But man, if Valley go with that interim guy, man, they can. Valley already working with slim odds, but if they do that, man, they showing me that they just want to always be what they are, man. Because that's just not the it's tough to get somebody to Valley, but like we always say, man. They got plenty of people that's around that area that understand that area and what it takes. And man, his old buddy still at EMCC.
Yeah.
They need to call Buddy, man. Buddy are killing the SWAC, boy.
Nah, I know who they need to call, the coach from last year's U. What's his name? The white dude.
Are you talking about Jason Brown?
Yeah, I know he'll run.
Bro, he be active on HBCU stuff on Twitter now, so he know what's going on in the SWAC. They need to holler at him, man. He know what's going on in the SWAC, so it ain't gonna be boring if he don't.
I think they just gotta have their shit right though before he ever decide to coach again.
Yeah,
you know, that's the only thing.
That dude a fool, man.
You just got to have that stuff right.
But he got a personality. He got a SWAC personality. He talk noise. he talk plenty noise, so he definitely could fit in that aspect. And a guy like that, it ain't never gonna be boring. And he don't, he ain't gonna command no high price either. So, although he might think he a star now, he need the big dollars. But a guy like that, man, he can rock the boat a little bit.
Man, so what are y'all looking forward to? It's a signing day. Wednesday, right? Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Early signing. What are you looking for Southern CWells?
Man, right now I don't think they're gonna sign a lot of guys in the early signing period. I think Southern gonna kind of see what's out there. I think they're gonna try to be more active in the portal this early period. I think they do got a couple commitments out of high school guys, but they mainly going after JUCO guys and portal guys. So I expect them to maybe bring in a few, but not a lot. I don't think it's gonna be too active for Southern, at least not right now.
I think it's gonna be like that for the whole SWAC because I see a lot of these kids now. They stepping back because I see a lot of them. They coming out later than now because I guess they just trying to see what's transpiring with this portal stuff. So I don't expect to see many people sign. A lot of them signing day myself.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be I think. You might get 3 or 4, but I think if you bring in anybody around this time, it's gonna be portal guys, and then you're gonna, comb the rest for the high school guys. But I think most teams nowadays, man, they especially on our level, they living on the portal, so you're not gonna bring in a lot of high school guys anymore. I think everybody trying to be active in the portal, and it's tough.
Jamie G, is the boy from North Texas still at Jackson State, or he hit the transfer portal too? The boy with Sunshine.
Sunshine. Oh, yeah, Sunshine's still there. I guess he gonna compete for that thing, man.
He been on the bench for a long time, man.
Sunshine might be calling out offense, man. I don't know.
Hey, a dude like that gonna become offensive coordinator in the future, man.
Oh yeah, Sunshine. And what's the other boy? What's his name?
Matty Ice.
Yeah.
Did he graduate?
Matt Vattel hit the portal.
I saw that.
Stop it!
Hey, did you see his tweet?
Yo,
he was like, "I'm only going somewhere to start." Like, bro, you ain't played no.
You ain't never played no damn ball like that. That's what I'm like.
The passer retired. The passer graduated too, right?
Huh?
Was it JP? Did he graduate?
Yeah, JP I tried it, but it was another dude down, Matty Ice from Temple. He was a transfer from Temple, but I know they put him in the game, and it was old murder she wrote.
I didn't know Nugget's brother was not his brother, but his friend.
Oh, he's talking about Peanut.
I didn't know he was a senior.
Yeah, Peanut graduated, man. Yeah, Peanut. I think Peanut to graduate. I don't think he's gonna play no more ball.
At least he got his degree, man.
Right.
I mean, that's important, man. Your pro prospects ain't always the best. You need to have something in hand to make some paper, man. Because life go on after football. A lot of these dudes think they're gonna play football their whole life, but man, you gotta have a backup plan.
How do you think Nugget's gonna do? I don't think he got any Senior Bowl invites, none of that. How do you think he's even gonna get a look?
HBCU Legacy Bowl.
Probably. Yeah, he need to work for a Legacy Bowl invite and the HBCU Combine, because that can at least get you in the door, man.
Speaking of bowls and stuff of that nature. That HBCU pigskin bowl.
Bro, I can't find no information on the game.
They played it already.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't find no write up about the actual game.
That
two
game
guys
was sponsored by Wendy's too. It had to be most of the horrible put together game I ever seen in my life. Because last year, I don't know if you remember, man, the field looked so bad, bro.
What it look like?
I think they put it on YouTube, man. If I was a prospect, I'd be like, hell no. I'm not playing that bullshit, man.
It was on NBC Sports or something this year, wasn't it? I think
it wasn't on TV.
It wasn't. It must have been on an app or something. Because I know they said it was supposed to be televised somewhere because that's why they played the game the same time in the Celebration Bowl, because they were like, that's the only time slot they could get. I'm like, that's your first mistake, playing this game on the same time as the Celebration Bowl, man. Nobody gonna watch that game unless you know somebody playing. And the only guy from Southern didn't even go, so I forgot about it, man. I was gonna try to look at stats and stuff, but they ain't even putting no record of the game out, so I guess they don't want nobody to know either.
I'm looking forward to that Ken Griffey Classic for the baseball too, man. I think that's gonna be big time, man. Y'all saw that?
That's always gonna be something good, man. I'm always all about baseball, man. When it comes to swag baseball, I'm a guy that always keep tabs on it. But I did want to say, man, that Legacy Bowl, man, I think they got something special on their hands that they can continue to grow it.
Mm-hmm.
I went last year, man, and it was for the first year. It was solid, man. You know, a lot of times when they do something for the first year, it'd be rocky, you know. But they had everything, you know, on point, man. Everything, you know, they had a nice little fan fest before the game. You know, they had like Patrick Mahomes and a few of them guys there. It was pretty good. Only downside was they had Grambling band now, and you know, that's just not a good thing. But that was the only downside.
How do you feel about Hugh Jackson getting Crawley to go to Grambling, man? He's
Grambling kid, man. His dad, I think his dad and a couple other family members, you know, Grambling Knights. I think he automatically win the job if he go. You know,
he better not put that small burger head grabber boy in that game, man.
That kid, man, that kid dropped so many balls without being touched. I don't like to blame a game on nobody, but that dude is the reason why Southern won that game. He fumbled twice without nobody even touching him. Mm-hmm. So I think Crowley should have been a starting quarterback at Alabama State, but they fell in love with Davis just because.
He's talking heavy now. He's talking heavy.
This is from somebody. This is because I know somebody that works there and was at practice a lot, and he told me. You know what I'm talking about, Jamie G. He told me, man, he was like, Davis is not. He told me at the first practice, like, man, Davis is not that dude, man. You know, he talented and he can, you know, he got the speed and the looseness, but he can't command the offense.
You know what he kind of remind me of? You remember Michigan, Denard Robinson?
Yes. He that kind of guy, man. You know, he can be explosive, but you know, you need that consistency, and I mean that can come. I'm not saying that he can't get better. You know, I mean, this was his first year playing. This was his first year starting, and actually playing in college. Period. So you know there is an adjustment. But I mean, Crowley played a lot this year. He played a lot last season. He got hurt last year, but I don't think he's a star, but I think he's a guy that can help you win games. Mm-hmm. But Grambling gonna have to get their offense under control, man.
Run that ball, man. That's all you gotta do. Run the ball.
They coaches don't understand how to use them backs they got, man. That's been their biggest downfall, man. They got 3 or 4 guys that can tote the load, and they don't give any of them enough carries, man. It's you know that was frustrating to me to watch Grambling try to run their offense this season.
It was like watching milk come out of the carton, man. It definitely was terrible to watch. But what y'all got coming up, CWells and Jamie G, man? What y'all got coming up?
Swag Smoke on Thursday. Hey, man, nah, ain't no show.
No, not this week.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing this week, man, because I'm going on vacation starting Wednesday. So I'm gonna be out of pocket for like a week. So probably when I get back next week, we'll have swag smoke. That's probably gonna be the only thing really popping for me.
Jump on basketball, female.
Yeah, basketball, and you know whatever. I mean, it's still a lot of football stuff going on, so still gonna be football talk. But you know, especially in the January, I'm gonna be a lot of swag basketball because I'm heavy into basketball. So, but it's still gonna be a lot of football talk because that's what a lot of people like. So, still gonna bring them whatever with spring practice, signing day, you know, Legacy Bowl, draft stuff. You know, it's still a lot of football to be talked. Coaching changes, all that stuff. So, yeah, you still gonna get your football feel.
Oh yeah. Well,
what about you, Jamie G?
Doing nothing but getting this well, man.
Okay.
They gave me the old shot in the ass today, so
oh Lord. Oh,
so it's time to get well, bro.
I hear you, man. Again, man. You know what I mean? I have a show Thursday. You know, I can't retire. You know what I mean? I got small numbers, so I'm working like, you know what I mean, Sammy Davis Jr. I gotta go how to grab how many I can grab a day.
Hey,
I probably do some shorts and some like that. Chill out.
I'm only not doing nothing because the boss was like, you know, you're on vacation, man. Ain't no way you doing no shows at the family house on vacation. So I had to, you know, let it ride. But I hope I still got numbers when I get back. I'm probably gonna record a couple things before I get out of here and, you know, have some stuff drop, but nothing, you know, I'm not gonna be doing that. If I do anything, I'll probably record like 2 or 3 shows tomorrow. Have them in the tank.
Man, it's definitely gonna be a dry period, man. That's why I'm glad I do other things and style sports, man, because it's definitely gonna be a dry, low spot, man. But see, well, on a side note, how you Cowboys lose that game, man?
Man, don't even get me started on that game, man. Because that dude sitting right there, man. Don't get me started on that game, man. Dude, oh man, I don't even.
Right quick, I got everything, Jag, boy.
Well, man, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that's the thing. They almost did that last week against the Texans, and this week it finally caught up to them, man. So, pick 6 to lose the game, man.
It could be worse. So you could be like my team. This motherfucker Jacoby Myers want to throw it backwards. So
I know, man. What was he thinking?
I don't know, man. He wasn't thinking, man. I just turned the TV off. My girl said, "You want to watch Sunday Night Football?" I said, "Nah, I'm just going to bed."
You can't watch no more football after that, man. That man pull a J.R. Smith out there, man. Like, what are you thinking, man?
Right.
It was a pretty pass, though. right to the defender, man.
He definitely started to swag, throw it.
Yes. But why was he throwing to Mac Jones, man? Like, what that man gonna do with the ball if you catch it?
I don't know. The boy got 2 knee braces on, like an offensive lineman. I don't know what he was throwing it to. That shit didn't make sense to me.
He'd have been better off throwing it to a lineman and see what happened.
Not the varsity blues.
I guess that man didn't want to. I guess he had somewhere to be. He didn't want to play in no overtime, so he was trying.
I don't know what he was doing, man.
Oh man.
But I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all coming on, man. CWells, Jamie G, man, get better, man. Drink some orange juice. Stay away from the mimosas. They ain't gonna help you right now.
Yeah, man.
But all right, man. This has been an episode of Celebration Bowl recap, man. Hopefully we can do this soon, man. About a recap in a couple weeks on the signings and stuff, and you know, me still talk swag talk, and man, what's around the leagues, what's going on. Y'all fellas have a good holiday, man. Have a good Christmas and stay good, man. Stay healthy.
Yeah,
same to you, man.
It'll be JPG's birthday on Christmas Day, so.
Oh, your Christmas baby?
Shot with me.
Are you Christmas baby?
We can take a shot on the camera, man.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I'm gonna take. Hey, I'm gonna hit you up, man. We're gonna take a shot because my wife's birthday is on Thursday.
Okay.
No, not Thursday.
Oh man, you can't forget your wife's birthday.
I mean, I know the date. I know the date, but not the day. What's the 23rd? Friday.
Yeah.
Friday. I know the date, man. Not the date.
Oh
yeah,
man.
Hey, we do a lot of drinking at my father-in-law household, man. I'm gonna definitely hit you up, Jamie G, on your birthday, man. We're gonna take a shot, man.
All right, for sure, then.
All right, y'all have a good night, man. I appreciate y'all,
man. Happy
All right.
holidays to y'all too.
Happy holidays, y'all.